Okay, today I'm going to show you how to connect an HD TV to your computer so that it will function as a second monitor. That's my TV and computer in the video there. I'm doing this because I've seen a lot of people doing it with an S-video cable, which gives you a really poor picture quality. There's a way that's just as easy and gives you a very high picture quality, and that's using an HDMI cable. Here you're looking at the blue port there. That's just standard VGA video that just goes to my monitor. The one next to it is what you want to pay attention to, though. That yellow thing is a DVI to HDMI converter. There's the HDMI cable there that runs to my TV. These can both be bought on Amazon or Newegg.com for just a few dollars for that converter. The cable, depending on the length, can be quite a bit. There's a lot of different cables. Some of them are crazy expensive, some of them are really cheap. Honestly, it doesn't really matter how expensive your cable is. It's not going to give you a better picture quality. Even though some cables advertise that theirs is going to give you the highest possible quality picture, it's just not true. With digital signals these days, you either get a high quality picture or you get no signal. There's no in-between. So buying an expensive cable because it's fatter or something more insulated, it's just not going to make any difference. It's a waste of money. That plug I just took out of there was covering up the S-video port. Like I said, you don't want to use that these days. Unless you only have a standard definition TV, there's no purpose for it. It's just going to give you a low quality picture. There's another shot of the DVI to HDMI converter. I'll show you a couple links to buy those online for pretty cheap, as well as the cable. I'll try and find a link for the cable I bought because it was really not a very expensive thing. And I think it was like 20 feet or something. Okay, to connect it, it's really simple. Anyone can do this. Just gotta plug in your converter there to the DVI port or to the VGA port. They make them DVI to HDMI or VGA to HDMI. Just look at the port and see which one you have. I'll show a picture of both of them as well. Get it screwed on there, and then you just plug in your cable. See, right now there's no signal on my TV. This is how easy it is. Converter is on the video card, HDMI cable goes into the converter, and then magically the TV just turns on. Just quickly recapping here, that's a VGA port. If you have that on the back of your computer, your video card might be old enough to where it won't actually be able to smoothly power an HD TV. If you want to try, you can find they're a little more expensive, but a VGA to HDMI converter or adapter, or a long VGA cable if your HD TV also has that same VGA port. This is the DVI port, which is most common on newer computers. You'll probably find that on the back of your computer, and you can get a DVI to HDMI converter for just a couple of dollars. Just quickly to show you the rest of my setup, there's my HDMI cable running from the computer down under my couch. Then it goes under this beautiful rug here, very nice. Back under the entertainment center to the back of my TV. And any HD TV has the same HDMI port as you saw on the converter. I'll turn the TV around to show you real quick. Okay, here's the back of my TV. There's two HDMI ports there. There's one on the side. Most have at least two of them. You can plug in any one though, and it should work just fine. One problem you'll run into is HDMI cables do not carry sound when they're connected to your computer. If you connect it to a DVD player or something like a Blu-ray player, you'll probably notice that the same cable carries both video and sound, but your video card on your computer just doesn't transmit sound, so you have to run sound separately. Another thing to note here is you'll see another blue VGA port labeled PC on the back of the TV there. Most HD TVs have this as well. The reason I didn't use it is because, for one, I couldn't find a VGA cable that was long enough as easily as I could find an HDMI cable that was long enough. But also, in the future, if I don't want to connect my TV to my computer anymore, I get like a Blu-ray player or something, it's going to have an HDMI port, so I'll be able to use the same cable for the computer or any Blu-ray player I get in the future. Also, my video card only has DVI ports, so in order to connect that VGA port to my computer, I would still need a converter, which I have one already to connect my old VGA monitor to my computer, but I'd have to buy another one just to do this, so I might as well convert to HDMI and be a little more future-proof. Now, I talked about sound, so I'll quickly show you how I do sound. There is no speakers connected or sitting on my desk. That sound you're hearing is running through my stereo, which is with my entertainment center and my TV. So I get the full stereo experience even from this old lovely stereo. That's connected using just the regular RCA right and left audio and ran into the 3.5mm headphone jack you find on the back or the front of the computer right there. That's like 250 at Radio Shack. I don't even know what it's called, but if you go in there confused enough and explain it, they'll show you what you're looking for. Those also run under my awesome flower couch, under my rug, and they just connect to the back of the stereo just like any other audio device connects to either a stereo or a TV using right or left audio. Another cool thing you can do if you use the same audio cables as I have in that same converter is you can plug anything with a headphone jack into your stereo, like an iPod or a CD player or something as well. There we go. Red and white, just like you're used to seeing. That's how I do it. Some people have better stereos than me, and they have different connections for each speaker that connect to a better sound card than I have. But this is simple and cheap and effective. So there you have the HD TV connected to the computer, complete with sound and good picture. No S-video picture. Now I know a lot of people get confused when they're trying to set up the properties on their desktop, trying to get the monitor working right and the TV working right, either cloning each other or setting up a dual monitor. So I'm going to make another video about that. Check out my blog for links or searches to find the cables and converters that you need.